Gotta go. Don't have much time. One rod, Ned Rig, let's go. Well, I have never been here before. I just saw a bluegill scoot off the bank.
What's up, Team Dank? Here's the dealio. My SD card failed me and lost all the footage shot on this camera, but essentially today's video is all about an hour-long fishing challenge at a new lake that I've never fished before using only a Ned Rig. Back to the fishing.
It's a good sign that the bluegill are shallow. If the bluegill are shallow, then my guess is the bass aren't far behind them. We're at early ice out right now. We've had some nice warming trends. Man, lots of vegetation in here. The only reason I'm working this Ned Rig really quick right now is because we're in really shallow water. Once I find deeper water, I'm gonna slow the heck down. I am absolutely spooking a ton of bluegill off the bank. It's unbelievable to me that they're already positioned in less than a foot of water. I think the shallows are just nice and warm, and so these fish are coming up and sunning themselves. It's a good way for them to warm up, get that metabolism going. If it's chock full of bluegill, I'd be willing to bet there's gonna be some decent bass in here as well. I literally see, I don't know if they're just like fathead minnows or if they're bluegill or what, but they're the exact same profile as my bait, so that's excellent. Here's a better look at that little bait right there. It's just a little green pumpkin swim bait on that 132nd ounce head. Beautiful. I already know this lake probably gets a ton of pressure once it warms up because this place is extremely fishable. It's next to a park, so my guess is a lot of kids and families come out here and just worm fish for whatever bites, essentially. The question is there anything big in here? You might be able to see that white dot right there. It's a dead shad and it's about freaking 12 inches long. This is nutty. Why the heck does this small little pond have shad in it? One thing to remember is even though we've got a warming trend, the water temp is still extremely cold, so I need to make sure I'm slowing down even though I've only got 1 hour to fish. This water's starting to look a lot better. It's starting to taper off a little bit more to where the water's maybe, it's only a few feet deep, but before it was only, a foot deep. So I think the 3-4 feet we have here could big time help us, but this water clarity is really good. Stay tuned because I will come back here for some bluegill fishing. We've got 41 minutes. The hour challenge is gonna be just that, a challenge. 1 bass today and I'm pumped. Oh, I see some bass. They're suspended. They're cruising the shallows. This is good, guys. Verified that there are in fact bass here. These ones were pretty small, but that's good. They already spooked off. Now the wind's picking up. Oh, what just happened? Dude smoked it. Oh my gosh, I didn't catch up with him. He smoked it and he kept swimming at me. I didn't know what was going on, and by the time I caught up with him, he spit it. That was insanity. This time of year, a fish chasing is nutty. I'm telling you guys. It was like a renegade bass. He was probably like 8 inches long. He just shot out of nowhere, slapped my jig, swam at me with it, and then let go of it as soon as I caught up with him. It was insanity. We've got about 38 minutes. We've got 1 bite. We've seen a few bass. We've seen a ton of bluegill. We've seen a lot of minnows. We've seen a big dead shad. We're learning. We are learning. 20 minutes in and we're learning. Oh, a bass just cruised by me. No joke. I legit just saw like a little 12-incher small fish again. He came out of the weeds, cruised up, and swam back into the weeds. 5:32. Dadgummit, we've only got 28 more minutes. Why does the wind want to pick up in the evenings? It was nice and calm today. Fish. Feels like a good one. Either that or he's down in the weeds. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. I think he's just down in the weeds. Feels oh my lord. Guys, what? Yeah, I'll take it. Yep, nice grown one. Nice grown one. Folks, small jigs catch pigs. Let's freaking go. He inhaled it. Boom, let's go. Look at how he ate that jig. Who says small baits don't catch big fish? Look at that. Decent bass. I will take that. He absolutely inhaled that mule jig. I'm stoked right now. Let's go. Mule jig for the win. Are you kidding me right now, guys? I went over 30 minutes without a fish. And then we get that guy, a nice fish, especially for a public location that probably gets a lot of pressure. But I'm telling you, if you can beat the pressure to the spot and fish early in the season, you might just get rewarded with something like that. Boom. One of the things that I think is funny about bass fishermen and Ned rigs is that a lot of bass fishermen just think you have to use big. So they'll use this 1/4 ounce jig with this big old hook and upsize the Ned rig. Meanwhile, I'm over here downsizing everything and still catching nice fish. I'm telling you, you don't need some big jig to catch these fish. The other thing is you don't need a big hook to land the fish. I'm gonna move down just a little further, and then I gotta turn back around and head home. I've only broke down maybe like 20% of the bank, so I'm feeling extremely optimistic about future fishing trips here. Time got away from me. This is the last cast. I gotta get rolling. All right, that's a wrap. The 1 hour challenge is complete, and the 1 hour challenge was a success.
Okay, so clearly today's video was a success. Not only did we catch a fish in this hour-long fishing challenge, we actually caught ourselves a nice dunk. Moving forward, I am going to try to do another hour-long fishing challenge at this very same body of water. I saw a lot of bluegill on the banks, and I'm going to go try to catch them. So stay tuned for that video. Otherwise, we'll catch you next time.